The thing that I really appreciate about Tank is he's a dog. Yeah, kind of that what he just said. You can put them earmuffs up and go at it. He kind of will assess you as well, and whatever he needs to do, he'll do it. You know, so.
Right. The boxing world was rocked when Davis stepped onto the stage at the recent press conference ahead of his upcoming showdown with Jake Paul, not just because of the matchup itself, but because Davis appeared significantly bulkier and visibly different than the lightweight champion fans have grown accustomed to. The event triggered a wave of commentary. Was this physical transformation an intentional pre-fight strategy? What did it signal about his mentality, his camp, and the fight ahead? Let's unpack what happened, why it matters, and what it might mean. Gervonta Davis has long been one of the most explosive names in boxing, undefeated for years, a lightweight champion with devastating power and a reputation for coming up through the division smartly. Meanwhile, Jake Paul, the YouTuber-turned-boxer, has leveraged his celebrity status and his size advantage in the ring to secure high-profile, sometimes controversial, bouts. The two are scheduled to meet in an event that has already drawn heavy scrutiny, a catchweight bout at approximately 195 pounds, contested over 10 3-minute rounds, wearing 12-ounce gloves and being streamed on Netflix. At the New York press conference, the size difference between Paul, 6'1" and around 200 lbs, and Davis, 5'5", usually fighting at 135 pounds, was stark, the disparity immediately making headlines. Given that Davis has typically fought closer to the lightweight or super lightweight divisions, the shift into a much heavier catchweight environment raised eyeballs.
Somebody say, Gervonta got skills out this world. He's a scary dude. He's scary. Ain't no way he said he's supposed to come back and get Shakur, Devin, Ryan, Tiafimo, whoop all these. Now he like, I'm about to retire after I fight Jake. No, I don't let nobody talk about me like that. The way that Shakur disrespect him, the way that Devin talked to him, the way that Ryan, he already knocked out Ryan. The way that these dudes be talking, he supposed to come back and get them. He the man, right? He who everybody say is the best. I ain't leaving no food on the table. When I'm done boxing, I'm whooping all these girls. They all getting beat. You said you can beat me? Oh, okay, I'm gonna figure out where to get you.
What changed visibly at the conference, and in subsequent training/appearance footage, was that Davis looked more muscular, thicker across his shoulders and frame, and less cut than his previous lean lightweight look. Some fans and analysts noted that he appeared to have sacrificed some of his classic lightweight slimness for more mass. For example, he admitted to gaining a lot of weight between fights. "I was so heavy I couldn't train how I normally train," he said in one earlier interview. While this particular press event didn't provide a full breakdown of how much weight he added or how much muscle mass he gained, the optics were unmistakable. Tank looked different. Whether that's down to adding muscle, loosening up his cut, or simply walking around heavier for the first time in years, it created.
To tell you the truth, Gervonta Davis couldn't get up for Lamont Roach. And what does that mean? It means that he could not get inspired, that he was not motivated to fight Lamont Roach, that his mind was not in a place where it was like, yeah, okay, let's get it, and he was going to war with Lamont Roach. He was going through the motions with Lamont Roach during the training camp and could never really get himself motivated to really give the best of himself against Lamont Roach, and that probably affected him during training and during the fight.
The new narrative, facing a much heavier opponent in Paul, and fighting at 195 pounds, Davis may have decided that being bigger and stronger makes sense. The extra mass could help him absorb damage, contend with size, and negate some of Paul's physical advantages. The shift suggests he's preparing for a different kind of battle than what he's used to at 135 to 140 pounds. Sometimes fighters will change their look physically as a statement, "I'm different now." The thicker build could be a psychological signal to Paul and to fans that Davis is entering a new phase, a more imposing version of himself. The press conference optics support that reading. He wasn't the lean 135 lb lightning fighter of old. He looked heavier, more imposing.
Turned professional boxer Jake Paul, who has 12 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 7 wins by way of knockout, opposed to fighting against the likes of his peers who are well accomplished and superstars in their own right for legacy fights like Shakur Stevenson, like Teofimo Lopez, like Devin Haney, why he's not interested in those fights. And he gets real, right? He gets real, and only thing we could do is salute it, right? Because he's saying, I never told y'all I wanted to be a world champion. I never told y'all I wanted to be undisputed. I got into this for myself.
However, the bulk up comes with risk. For Davis, who built his legend partly on speed, agility, and knockout power at lower weights, adding mass might slow him down or reduce his super-fast burst. Also, climbing in weight, especially for someone whose best performance came at lighter weights, can expose him to power from bigger opponents, and the stamina demands become different. Fans pointed out that his body fat estimates were off and some worried about his endurance. At the presser, the physical change was part of a larger spectacle, one loaded with trash talk, size jabs and odd theatrical moments, asterisk when asked about his weight.
And my circumstances, to escape from my circumstances. And that's real. We can't blame him for that. We hold him in high regard because the statements he's made and misled people when he said he got a hit list that he wants to check off before he retires, and that hit list includes Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Lomachenko, who turned down the fight because of a severe back injury. And then he told the world, he told Champside, it would be great for him to become undisputed.
Davis didn't give a firm number. The question was sidetracked by Paul's interruption. Asterisk Paul mocked the size difference, quipping that he was practicing hitting down, i.e. targeting someone shorter/smaller, and claimed he had been sparring 8-year-olds to get ready. Asterisk the press conference took a theatrical turn when Paul accused Davis of being a clown for his legal troubles and had actual circus clowns brought on stage as part of the show. Davis responded by mocking Paul's outfit and hairstyle. MMA Mania 7. All of this underscores the fact that the bout is being pitched not just as sport, but as entertainment, with the physical transformation of
Gervonta Davis. This is not a fight that I'm excited for, at all. I would rather have Gervonta Davis fighting in a real boxing match against the likes of Lamont Roach, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Emmanuel Navarrete, anybody that is in the 135-pound division and around. That's where I want to see Gervonta Davis fight. However, we live in a world where everybody is trying to do things as big as possible. And the biggest fights possible right now, unfortunately for the sport of boxing, is an exhibition fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis.
Davis serving as a key visual component of the hype. In the end, the most tangible thing from that dramatic press conference wasn't just the verbal jabs or the hype, it was the image of a different Gervonta Davis. One who appears to have bulked up, altered his physical profile, and is stepping into the ring at a weight far outside his comfort.
So, I do like it for this reason though. I like it because it is allowing Gervonta Davis to have a fight that is going to be big and that the mainstream media is going to have to cover, the mainstream media outside the world of boxing. Gervonta Davis has been, without a doubt, blocked, having venues blocked, having fighters, having other promoters paying fighters away to go different directions from Gervonta Davis. So Gervonta Davis was in a bit of a hole. And he gets an opportunity to fight Jake Paul for $200 million or whatever. I don't mind it at all. As long as Gervonta Davis comes back to the world of boxing after he gets done with this, hey man, you got your money, no worries.
Zone. Whether that change proves to be a masterstroke or a misstep remains to be seen, but for now, it adds another layer of intrigue to what was already one of the most talked about fight matchups of the year. For fans, the message is clear: Davis isn't just bringing H.